last thing that I wanted to talk about today, as a librarian, I think this is one of the most helpful tips that you can get about the Library of Congress, is how to use Google's advanced search to search the Library of Congress website. So the Library of Congress website, as I said, they've done a lot of reorganization, both of the teachers page and other parts of the site in the last few years. Their search on the main homepage, so if you go to the homepage, LOC.GOV, in the center of the homepage is the search box, and that's kind of called the global search. You can search by format, map, document, image, etc. And that is extremely helpful. But I think sometimes the Library of Congress searching can be a little clunky, and it's a little harder to hone in on exactly what you're looking for. So I think Google's advanced search can sometimes get you closer to what you're looking for much quicker. And I'm just going to show you how you can do that. So for example, I was using the Civil War in Pennsylvania as my search strategy here. So if we just did a Google search for Civil War, we would get hundreds of millions of results. So here I have 145 million results for Civil War. And that's not very helpful at all, especially if I'm a student. So we can go to the advanced search, and that is, and I know you're a librarian, so I'm not, I won't do this step-by-step for everything. But the new little wheel on Google, and you can just click on that and go to advanced search. And at the bottom of the advanced search page where they have narrow your results by, there's that site or domain limitation, and you can just say LOC.GOV. And so what this looks like, without even having to go to the advanced search page, you could just type in this search string, Civil War site:/LOC.GOV. And remember, there's no space between the colon and LOC. So it would just be site:/LOC.GOV. And this automatically brings our search results down to 142,000. That's still a lot of search results, but it's a lot better than 145 million. And now I'm just searching within the Library of Congress domain and website. We can then use, additional search terms to narrow our search. So if I add Pennsylvania to my search, I would be searching Civil War Pennsylvania site:/LOC.GOV, and now I have 30,000 results, which is a lot better than 142,000. And this is searching everything on the Library of Congress's website. So we see histories, for example, this first result, LOC.GOV, we're looking at the researchers page. We see in this second result, it's searching the American Memory website. The third result, we have some maps. We can also use our Google features to look for just sites with images. So this will sometimes, depending on the version, the browser version that you have, you might see these all results, the expansion of all results either on the left side, or now I think it comes across the top of the page for most browsers. So you can just click on images. So you're looking at images within the Library of Congress website. And so again, you can still see images for Civil War in Pennsylvania, site:/LOC.GOV. And now we just have images from the Library of Congress website. We can also use the Google features to look for related search terms. So maybe we want to say Civil War soldiers, Pennsylvania, or Civil War in Pittsburgh. When you click on these links, it will take you out of your Library of Congress search. So when you click on, for example, Abraham Lincoln, Pennsylvania, you will probably need to add site:/LOC.GOV back to your search string. But this is just giving you additional search terms, which if you're working with students, teaching those information literacy classes, anywhere that you can find additional search terms is just golden. I mean, that's what you need when you're doing research. You can't just do one, we know, you can't just do one search and be done. So I think pointing this out to students is really helpful. I've done another search here for Civil War Gettysburg, and again, we're site:/LOC.GOV. Now we have about 7,500 results, so that's a lot better. We've narrowed it down just to looking at Gettysburg. And again, you can see we have Civil War maps here, our second result, coming from American Memory. I think that's the same map that we had earlier. We have a timeline of the Civil War, and we have other resources. These are just the top 4 results. We can also search within the subdomains of the Library of Congress website. So as I pointed out earlier, we know that our search is searching American memory when we see this memory.loc.gov in our search results. So here at the top in my search string, I've added memory dot to my to the domain that I'm searching. So now I'm just searching the American Memory website from the Library of Congress. And again, that's going to narrow our results pretty drastically. So in this case, now we only have 506 results. We're going to find Civil War photographs. There's that timeline again. We have other photos, maps. You can use this, the Library of Congress has the Prints and Photographs catalog. So you could say Civil War, Gettysburg, site:/loc.gov/photos, which I think is what the URL is. You could also do Civil War, Gettysburg, site:/loc.gov/teachers, and just find out what's on that teachers page. If you remember, when we looked at the teachers page, there's not really a search feature. You have to go to the primary source sets, and it's just a list, or you go to the lesson plans, and it's a list. So this would be a way that you could search the teachers page and find results, in a different way. So again, you can change that domain that you're searching. So you could do site:/memory.loc.gov, or you could say site:/loc.gov/teachers. That's all that I had for today. I hope that this has been really helpful and useful information for you. I know that it's a lot in half an hour, so Sue and Barb can answer any questions that you have. This is just the tip of the iceberg with the Library of Congress. They have amazing resources for librarians, for students, for teachers, really anybody. And these are just a few of the resources that are available.